Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is, what's today? Today is October 30th, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, so let's start with SPX, and we closed at all-time highs. We had this little kind of a choppy week, right? This day right here, October 27th, that was actually kind of a rough day right there. It doesn't look as rough, but we're going to go into that a little bit more. So it kind of consolidated right here near all-time highs, and then boom, we have the move higher on volume. Looks really, really good. When I say it was a rough day, when you look at the RSP, the equal weights, you can see how the 26th and 27th, so the mega caps were keeping this really afloat. The 26th, 27th, though, you can see the real damage under the surface. But now you're seeing that just kind of gave it time to reset. Things got extended, and we kind of talked about that last week about how things were getting extended. Came back, kind of retested the breakout. So far, it's held, which is really, really good. Letting the moving averages kind of catch up. Again, a very, very positive week overall in the fact that it held the retest, right? That's the positive piece. Even though it tried, right? That's a pretty nasty day, 1.33%. It tried to pull back. So far, the bulls stepped up. We'll see if it holds on the equal weight RSP, but that's a big deal. I think that it held up. Qs also, all-time highs. Let's just stop that. We'll just move this kind of here. That's our new line in the sand, right? Love the breakout. The volume quite isn't there. It's on the index. I'm not too worried about that. But things are good. Kind of came in a little bit here. That was nice. Moved higher. It's extended again. What can we expect next week? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we see this retest, kind of what S&P did this week. I wouldn't be shocked if we see that on the Qs, just because of how extended we are from the moving averages. Equal weight, it hasn't broken out yet. So that's interesting, right? The equal weight, it hasn't broken out yet, and it actually looks more constructive. So the scenario is that mega caps have some trouble next week, and under the surface, things continue to firm up, and we get the breakout, and everything is fine again, right? But I would like to see this equal weight break out above this, 87, 75-ish area. That would be very, very bullish. And so that's something to watch going into the week. IWM, yep, still in that damn choppy range. Still making higher highs, higher lows, though. So that's good from July. So we like seeing that. Definitely higher lows going on there. That's kind of nice to see. We could even, why my mouse isn't working great. We could kind of keep it even a slightly higher slant right there. So far, so good, right? It's constructive, but this breakout hasn't happened. And we are going on a long time now, this consolidation. When it moves, this thing is going to move. Prior trend was higher. Hopefully it moves higher, but again, just choppy range. IWO looks about the same. Let's look at XLF. Near all-time highs, consolidating, came right back in, held right there. I mean, I think everything looks really good. XLF is participating, if not leading. That's definitely a positive. SMH, very constructive week. Right back near all-time highs. Hasn't quite broken out yet. This has been the area right here. It looks more like QQQE. It's working on it. Nothing's bad here. Very constructive day on Thursday and Friday. Looks good. Just needs to lead, breakout. Needs to get there. But that looks fine. SMH, lumber retesting these lows right now. A breakdown here would be, looking at 3 to 6 months. That would be maybe problematic. We'll see. I mean, if it does break down, here, Doesn't mean that this rally is gonna be over. Doesn't mean that we can't rally into the end of the year. It would just make me a little bit more cautious, especially going into next year, because that would be that 3 to 6 month time frame. Hasn't broken down yet, but looks weak, right? I mean, it's retested this area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you notice, these retests are coming at a faster pace. That's a little concerning. Right? If we, I think that's how you do. Is that right? Yeah. So if we invert the chart, right? This is the inverted chart right here. If we invert the chart, I do this, you'd be waiting for that breakout, right? So that's exactly what we're looking at in lumber. And if we're waiting for that breakout on the inverted chart, man, oh man, this is going to be, this breaks down, I think that has bigger implications on the market as a indicator, right? But when we look at bond ratio, and let's just kind of clean up this chart just a little bit. Crap. Fix that later. Get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, so as of right now, the bond ratio is fine, right? There's nothing going on there that makes me really sorry, just want to fix my volume. Nothing on here that says that there is imminent danger in the market and that we couldn't be in a nice trending, end of year rally. The VIX is the Vixen is good. The VIX is 16.27. Everything looks good. Put call ratio is 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out of the door. No signal at all, in my opinion, in this particular ratio. That's actually a positive, I think. That means the market, I think, could grind higher, no problem. Let's look at 10 years. I haven't looked at 10 years in a while. Yeah, 10 years just kind of consolidating. This is the area that I think that is important. Break above 1.75-ish, right? And I think that this can go much, much higher. And I think that it's setting up for that. That's what this chart would, I mean, if this was any other equity, I would say that this is consolidating within the context of an uptrend, and interest rates are going higher, bonds are going lower. Higher interest rates may be a problem. We'll see how fast they get there, right? Trying to avoid big jumps, and grinding is better. Line geometric index still in a range, more similar to an IWM or IWO, right? Hasn't quite broken out yet. Would love to see breadth improve more and get above this area. Again, it's not bad. It's doing its thing, but I would love to see a breakout to get more bullish. Percent of stocks above the 50-day, so above 50%, which is good, right? 50% is kind of like the Mason-Dixon line. Would love to see more improving breadth, make a higher high, right? Get above this, they'll call it 60% or so, above 60%. And I think that we're in a very good bullish scenario. Looking at gold, still no reason to be involved in gold. Sorry, gold bugs. Again, if there was fear in the market, I think you would see gold going up significantly, and you don't. And looking at Bitcoin, right near all-time highs. I think that is, bullish scenario in general. We'll love to see this get back to all-time highs, especially since I own some. Same thing if you want to look at Ether. This one actually is a little bit stronger than Bitcoin because it made its all-time highs, and maybe it's come back for retest to move higher. We'll see. Again, both risk on assets, I think, and I think things are looking pretty good. So wrap things up real fast. RSP, just kind of normal retest. QQQE hasn't broken out yet. I think that there maybe longer term, there could be some issues in the market, but as of right now, things are bullish. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully this lasts into year end. We don't know that until, after the fact, of course, but I think that things are looking good, especially in the backdrop of, Apple, had a little bit of a rough day after earnings. Amazon, rough day after earnings, but the bulls did show up on there. So anyway, overall, I think bullish environment. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully this lasts into for a couple months now, and we'll see. Take it week by week, day by day. Good luck. Also, I forgot to mention, I did a video on crypto and blockchain. I went behind the scenes and explained exactly how crypto and blockchain works. I'll put a link in the description below. If you're interested in that, check it out. I think to understand what you're buying in the crypto world, that's really important to understand. I learned a lot from that video. As always, I suggest 1.25 speed when I do my videos, just because I talk slow sometimes. So anyway, check out that video. I think it's really worth the watch. Okay, it's about 25-minute video or so. So anyway, take care. Follow me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. Also on like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goodbye.